Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Ark Survival Evolved. So I am very sorry about last week. I only got a video out on Monday. Wednesday I decided to take the day off because of some personal stuff that I'm not going to go into, but if you follow my Twitter account, you'll know what that's all about. And then Friday I was all geared up to create another video, and my server had crashed and wasn't allowing me back on, and so I talked to technical support. I did a bunch of updates, back and forth, finally got it working over the weekend. Then I logged in and my S Plus mod was no longer working, and I apologize because that's my phone going off because I did not put it on vibrate because I fail at life and YouTubing today. So I have something to show you though. This is going to be a very short episode. It's going to be an explanation episode. It's kind of a cop-out, but you'll see why here in just a second. So you'll see we're on our island, but something weird is going on here behind me. And if I get out of K mode, you can kind of get a better look at that. So you look, a lot of our trees are back that we had knocked out, and look at this. Look at this. It's overgrown. It's like we disappeared. It's like we're thousands of years in the future, except for that all of our dinosaurs are still alive. But look at that. Yep, Tribe of Wildfire, which I'm right here. Here's us. This is our body. So what I've done is I still can't. So in my attempt to fix the S Plus, I wiped the server. I backed everything up, and I wiped the server, and then I uploaded it all up, and then I could not get on the server. I don't know what happened. I might have done something wrong. I did everything the appropriate way, but pretty much I am no longer in my tribe. This is the single player world that I ported it over to. So I couldn't log in as my player. Now I'm sure there's a way to figure out how to do that. See, I can't get into any of my buildings. Technically I can jump into here. Our land is overgrown. We're gonna have to fix that. That's doable. We can fix that. All of our dinosaurs are inaccessible to us. In fact, if I would punch them, they would kill me. Unless they're on they might be on passive. Our Bronto's still up there. We've been hanging out there for a while. Here's our primary house. Our little cottage hut here. No trees growing in there, thankfully. It's kind of weird that the trees grew up. It's kind of cool in its own way. It kind of adds to the story. Yep, here's our Ankylo, our Raft, our Doedicurus. There's Lena. Spike and Selena, and Doedicurus, who still does not have a name. And, yeah, our greenhouse is over here. We've got this going. I was really excited for what I was going to do today. There's a trike. I don't know where our trike is. It is around here somewhere. I'm sure it possibly could have got killed, but I can't check the logs because, oh, that's probably our trike right there, the one that's not moving. So yeah, this is our wasteland. So there's a couple different options. I'm gonna see if there's any way that I can come back in as our character. If not, what I'll do is I'll use an admin command to join this character to the tribe, the one I'm playing right now, to join it to the tribe, and then I'll just take over, and we'll just hide this other body, and then I'll use an admin command to give me experience to get up to the level that we were at, to be able to unlock the engrams. So this kind of sucks. This is what it is. Thankfully, these guys should be safe because it's now single player, so when I log off, it'll be fine. This is a temporary solution to our long-term problem. I need to put it back to a server because part of the reason I have it on a server is because it allows me to let things run when I'm offline, so I don't have to spend as much time playing on the server. Not only that, I've actually found a couple people that want to come over and start playing on the server. They're not YouTubers and they're not necessarily going to make content, but they might join me on certain things like cave raids and stuff when we do that. And it'll populate the server a little bit. So I definitely want to get this moved back over. I just have to figure out what's going on and why there's an issue with it. So I'm going to do some research on that. In the meantime, I'm going to put this video up. If I still don't have it working by Wednesday, I have a plan for that episode. And I promise, like, I'm not giving up on YouTube. It's just been one thing after another. It really has. It's been super frustrating, and this is all on top of my own personal stuff of being unemployed, which I know it's like, okay, you're unemployed, doesn't that mean you have more time to do YouTube stuff? Yes, technically it does, but in a weird way it makes it more difficult to get the YouTube stuff done, because you have to have a certain mindset and a certain energy to be able to do YouTube. Like, I have to have a certain energy to be able to sit down and record, and for me, when I'm forcing it, it definitely like comes across. Like, I was live streaming the other day. I'm live streaming every Sunday, guys. If I don't live stream, I will announce it if there's something going on, if something else comes up. But my plan is to live stream every Sunday. And my plan is to put ARC out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I know I've been a little off on that. I've got my calendar set up over here, and I'm trying really, really hard to stick to it. And I would have stuck to it last week minus Wednesday. Wednesday was a personal choice to not create a video that day, because I had stayed up all night due to the election coverage. I watched it until about 2 a.m., which was fine, but then I had a very difficult time sleeping afterwards because the results worry me. And you guys, any of you that have been on the channel and watched my older videos, you know I'm very vocal about my political beliefs, but that I'm also very vocal about being respectful on others' beliefs. Now, I believe that the results of the election could be a very disastrous for our country, for maybe not even just our country, but for people of minorities, which as a woman, I fall into a minority category. I'm lucky enough to be a white woman, so I have that going for me. I'm also very concerned because of Republican-controlled Senate, House, and presidency. Although I think Trump actually leans a little bit more to the Democratic side than the Republican side, I do believe that he's going to allow the Republicans to do certain things that could definitely strongly affect my life. Including, I have a condition, and this is sharing a lot to you guys, so I guess this episode's going to sort of serve as a channel update as well, and just an update, because I haven't done one of those for a long time. Ollie wants to tell you a little bit about what he feels about Trump, too, if you can hear him back in the background growling. Not sure what he's growling at. Anyway, I have a condition called endometriosis, and this is... what that means is that I get every month, around the time, I develop scar tissue around my uterus, and it has and can spread to other nearby organs. And the only way to prevent that from continuing is to be on birth control to regulate my hormones and the production of all the stuff that it happens. I'm not going to go into details because this is not sex ed or science class. But the bottom line is I have to continue to be on birth control in order to control it, and at some point in time I need to have surgery to reverse the damage that's already been done. I'm working on getting my life situated in a way that I can pursue the surgery, but that's honestly not an option for me right now. It will put me out of work for about 6 weeks, and it's also an expensive surgery, and getting insurance to cover things like that for women's health is very difficult. They'll cover it to a point, but they usually typically don't cover the whole thing. There's multiple things that have to go in. They have to go in. It's an equivalent of at least 3 different, not surgeries, but yes, 2 surgeries. So they'll go in laparoscopically, and then if they need to, they'll go in and open me up. It's just like a C-section. Anyways, I'm getting way too detailed about that, but bottom line is that's not an option for me. My only option right now that I can afford is to continue to take birth control to regulate my hormones. Some of the Republicans that are now in office have threatened in the past to outlaw birth control. Whether or not that's actually going to pass, I don't know. I don't know the likelihood of that. I am not a political expert. I simply listen to political experts and make my decisions based on their what they say. I listen to quite a few of them, but there's a few that I trust very explicitly. I've talked about it before. I watch the Young Turks. I know that they're very liberal. If you're not liberal, you're probably not going to like what they have to say. I don't always like what they have to say, and I'm a fairly liberal person. But I do trust them because they're always willing to show their sources, and they're willing to be open and honest about any bias they have, which I appreciate. But I use a couple other sources as well. And I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think it's reasonable for me to have concern. And that's just one area where I have concern, political action. Anyways, back to where I was. I totally deviated there, and I'm on a soapbox a little bit. But you guys know that that's how I am, and that's why you come to watch me, I hope, because you enjoy who I am. So that's my little side thing. Anyways, what I was trying to get to is the last few weeks have been incredibly stressful, and being unemployed in this, especially in this current political climate that we're moving into, has been incredibly stressful. And when I have that level of stress, I try to really compartmentalize, and I try not to let it get to me, and I do a pretty good job of that. But it does mean that I don't have as much of that energy that I think is what makes me more entertaining and makes me enjoyable to hang out with you guys. And so I don't want to just that's why I'm just focusing on ARK right now. I do plan on bringing some other series in, but I'm trying to do it where the timing's right and I have the energy to do it, because I don't want to put out bad content. And I've had a couple hearts with you guys about this before. So anyways, my apologies. I promise the reason that the videos aren't coming out is because I'm trying to make the best content I can for you guys, and it's been a rough road since I came back. I've had issues with recording software. I've had issues with my computer. I've had issues with my graphics engine. I've had issues with, now I'm having issues with my game server, and it's frustrating, and I'm frustrated because I want to produce content for you guys. I enjoy producing content for you guys. I'm enjoying doing ARK. I had a bunch of stuff planned today. We were going to make beer. It's going to be amazing when we do that. We can get a Caprasuchus, or however, no wait, we can get the other one. The one that looks a little bit like the Spanish, not a Wendigo. Anyway, Chupacabra, the one that looks a little bit like a Chupacabra, that one. I'm excited. I've been playing on my fun server that I play on with my friends, learning a lot of things that I'm excited to do over here. I made the beer over there first, and I was really excited to implement it here. I was starting to put together a plan on how I wanted to build my base, my primary base building. Anyways, lots of plans for the series. The series is not dying, it's just having some road bumps. So I'm going to finish figuring this stuff out, getting this working, so on Wednesday we can have a video. And if I don't get it fixed in time to record and edit for Wednesday, what I'm going to do is actually bring you guys over to the private server, it's not private, to the public server that I play on, and show you what I've done there, because I have a really cool base built up there. I've had some people that I've been playing with. I've joined tribes. I've got to know some people in the ARK community. It's really, really awesome, and I've really enjoyed it. And it's actually been one of the bright spots in the last few weeks in my struggle to find employment and decide where my life is going next, which seems like that's where I'm always at. But I guess people tell me that's what your 20s are like, even though I'm in my late 20s now. Apparently, that can keep happening up until your early 30s. So looking forward to that. Anyways, I just want to say to all of you guys that have stuck around through me being off for 3 months, and then now with the inconsistencies and the lack of videos and the videos here and there and not on a good schedule, thank you guys so much for sticking it out with me. I very much appreciate it. We're going to work these things out. At least we're just getting them all out of the way at the beginning, and I'm learning from all of this. It's teaching me a lot. It's teaching me so much about managing the channel, managing my emotional energy to be able to put into videos, and I'm looking forward to when all of this kind of smooths out, we get it all under control, and it kind of moves into smooth sailings a little bit, and we can just produce content and enjoy video games together. So thank you guys so much for hanging out and hanging in there with me. I so appreciate it, and I do have some fun stuff planned coming down the pipeline. I'm just waiting to implement it until the time is right, and the channels, these bumps are kind of out of their way, because I've got enough bumps with just doing one game 3 days a week. I feel like adding more games right now is just going to make the bumps a little bit more rough. So if you guys will just stick it out with me for the next little bit until this, all these growing pains kind of work themselves out, I think that the channel is going to be stronger. We're going to grow together, and great things are going to happen. So I'm just going to take that super boring video of just staring at me here. I'm just going to take one last look at our... This is actually, I do think it's kind of cool to come in here. This is me tearing up this, trying to place. In fact, we're just going to look at this. We can... we're stealing from ourselves. We're going to steal these. Now, we're not going to be able to place them. Because, yeah, it's considered too close. But, anyway. We'll just put those back in there. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you agree with everything I said, political stuff aside, if you're excited for the channel to continue to grow and you're willing to stick it out with me, hit that thumbs up button and let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this stuff. You can tell me if you're frustrated. You can tell me if you understand. Words of encouragement would be pretty amazing right now if you wanted to do that. And I don't usually do calls to action like let's get 100 likes or whatever, but seriously guys, if you could hit the thumbs up on this channel, on this video, that'll let me know that you really want to do this with me and that this is worth it. I can tell that you guys do because you're sticking around and you're watching it. Some of you for sure have been incredibly loyal on that, and I so appreciate that. So great things are coming for the channel. I feel it's going to get going, especially once I get a job. It'll give me a little bit more structure in my life, and I'll be able to have a little bit of extra money. I'll have the energy I need, and we will get moving forward on this. So anyways, guys, we will see you next time. Bye-bye.